The Parable of the Sealed Jar. There once lived a man in a quiet countryside town. He was not wealthy. He was not powerful. He was not known beyond the limits of his parish. But he was faithful. Every Sunday morning, before the church bells rang, he would walk the narrow dirt road that led to the small white parish church at the edge of town. Summer heat did not stop him. Winter frost did not delay him. Storm clouds did not discourage him. Near the church ran a small creek. Crossing it was a simple wooden bridge. And the man had a habit that no one knew about. Every time he returned home from Sunday Mass, he would bend down along the roadside, pick up a small stone, and place it in his coat pocket. When he arrived home, he would drop the stone into a clay jar he kept sealed with a wooden lid. He never explained why. The jar sat quietly in the corner of his home. Year after year, the rhythm never changed. He never missed Mass. Never. But over time, something else changed, quietly. He still sat in the same pew, still recited the same responses, still knelt at the same moments. Yet his mind began to wander. During the readings, he thought about work. During the homily, he thought about bills. During the consecration, he thought about lunch waiting at home. His body was in church, but his attention was divided. And still, every Sunday, another stone went into the jar. Then, one morning, the sky darkened without warning. A violent storm rolled across the valley. Rain fell in sheets. By the time he reached the creek, the water had risen fiercely, and the wooden bridge had been swept away. He stood there, rain soaking through his coat, listening. From across the rushing water, he could faintly hear the distant sound of the church bell. For a moment, he considered turning back. No one would blame him. The road was dangerous, the current was strong. But instead of leaving, he stepped closer to the edge of the creek. He removed his hat. And there, in the mud and rain, he knelt. He could not see the altar. He could not hear every word, only fragments carried by the wind. So he followed the Mass with intention. He whispered the prayers from memory. He paused when he imagined the readings being proclaimed. When he believed the Eucharist was being elevated, he bowed his head deeply. For the first time in many years, there were no distractions, no comfort, no routine, no habit, only longing, only reverence, only desire to be present. When the bells rang faintly in the distance, signaling the consecration, tears mixed with the rain on his face. When it was over, he rose slowly. The storm was calming. He looked down and picked up a stone, smaller than any he had ever chosen before, almost insignificant. He held it carefully. Years passed. His hair turned white. His hands grew thin. His steps became slower. One evening, sensing his life drawing near its end, he called his children to his bedside. He pointed toward the sealed jar. "Break it," he said. They hesitated. The jar had grown heavy over decades. Surely it was filled to the top. They broke it open on the stone floor. The clay shattered, and out rolled a single stone, small, smooth, alone. The children stared in confusion. "Father, where are the others?" The old man's voice was faint. "The others," he said softly, "I carried, but I never truly offered. My body was in church, but my heart was elsewhere." He paused to breathe. That day in the storm, that was the only Mass where I was fully there. Silence filled the room, and with peace on his face, he closed his eyes. God does not measure how many times we stand inside a church. He weighs how fully we stand before him. If this parable touched your heart, don't let it end here. Subscribe to this channel so you can continue growing in faith, reflection, and truth each week. Share this video with someone who may be present in church but longing to be present in heart. Like this video so more souls can encounter messages that awaken faith. And before you leave, take a quiet moment and ask yourself, am I truly there when I stand before God? May the Lord bless you, and may your heart always be fully present before Him.